Good morning, good morning, good morning. Hey, 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 hey. How is everyone doing? Write down everything that you want to do today. Be very detailed.
Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning.
Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. How are you doing? How are you feeling? This is Leonard Nesmith here bringing the good morning, positive vibes. How are you feeling? How are you doing on this beautiful Saturday morning? I am feeling great. I'm feeling awesome out here just finishing up my walk. So I definitely had to go live with my good morning positive vibes with everybody out there. How are you feeling? How are you doing? You know, I'm hydrating, so you might see me, you might see me drink some water. I really need to throw that water on me because it's a little humid out here. But how are you feeling? How are you doing? Let's start attracting that positive energy. So you know my deal. If I touch one person's life or 100,000 people plus, that means that I was successful. All right. So with that being said, you know my deal. All I ask is that you stay good morning down there, and I definitely will acknowledge you. All right. We got to start setting the tone for our day. You know, we got to set the tone. We have to make sure that our husbands, our wives, our significant others, boyfriends, girlfriends are ready for the day. Most importantly, we are ready for the day. We can't wait for somebody else to set the tone for us or our families. We have to be the ones that set that tone. All right. So, you know my deal. Most importantly, we got to set the tone for the kids. We are responsible for ensuring that they know what to do. It was a bug. They know what to do and how to do it. With that being said, man, we have to ensure that we set their tone, their day. So we got to say good morning to them, hug them up, love them, show them love this morning, show them how we supposed to have this positive mindset, start attracting this positive energy. So you know my deal. If you rocking with me this morning, all I ask is that you stay good morning down there, and I definitely will acknowledge you. So I'm feeling great on this Saturday morning. I'm feeling great. You know, for those that are dragging, for those that need some energy, I'm here for you. I have a pocket full of it, you know, and boom, for anybody that need it, I'm giving it to you right now to sit here and set your day right, set your mindset right, so we can sit here and have a super duper productive day. All right, it's Saturday morning. I'm feeling great. I know you're feeling great. So if you're rocking with me this morning, you know the deal. All I ask is that you stay good morning down there, and I definitely will acknowledge you. You know, every single morning, the first thing we have to do is give thanks. We have to be grateful. We have to be appreciative, right? For where we are, you know, what we have, where we going. So I always tell everybody to take at least 5 minutes to themselves. Some me time is the best thing in the world. It'll set your mind right. It'll set your mindset right to tackle any and everything you got going on today, regardless if it's intentional things that you set and you plan for yourself or things that just happen because of life, but you are ready for it. So man, I like to tell people it doesn't matter where you are. You could be in your bed, you could be in the bathroom, you could be kitchen, living room, dining room, you could be in your car because you just totally forgot to do it this morning. You know, it doesn't matter. At the job, in your office, your home office, the work office, the job site, right on the construction job site, it doesn't matter. What matters is that you take that 5 minutes to yourself. All right, you sit up straight, stand up straight, depending on where you are. All right, and you smile. That's the most important thing. Feel good about what you are appreciative for and what you are thankful for. All right, and you want to close your eyes, and the reason behind that is you want to get some visual. You want to get a visual on all the things you are grateful and thankful for. All right, so sit back, you know, smile, feel good, and remember, you don't have to have a fancy script. And for those that do, you are super duper cool, super fantastic. That's all right. Nothing wrong with that. But for those that don't, just start off by raffling even something that happened this morning, last night, last week, or something that's going to happen in your life. And also, the things that I like to start off with are just some of the things we take for granted. Like, thank you for waking me this morning. Thank you for the roof over my head. Thank you for the job that I have. Thank you for the businesses that I own. For me, thank you for good morning positive vibes, right? Thank you for this platform. Thank you for allowing me to touch one person or 100,000 people's life every single day, because I rock with all of you that's on the Good Morning Positive Vibes platform, So I'm thankful for the businesses. Thank you for my investment properties. Thank you for, most importantly, my health. Thank you for my health. Thank you for my family health. So it's just so many things that you could be thankful for and appreciative for. And the reason behind that is to set your mindset up in a way where you pile up all the things first thing in the morning, all the things that you are grateful and thankful for. You have a ton of it. You have a pile full of it. So when the long day hits you, and some things that you did not sign up for hit you, you can handle it. You can address it, and you can continue to move on with the plan that you set out for your day. Make sure you hydrating out here for those that are in the Northeast, definitely, because it's like 100 degrees out here, which is great. I'm pretty sure you see me sweating, but it's all right to make sure that you hydrate out here. Get your hydration on, right? So, you know my deal. If you rocking with me this morning, all I ask is that you state good morning down there, and I definitely will acknowledge you. We have to attract that positive energy. I always like to say, give, think in a giving mode. Don't worry about what the other person look like. Don't worry about, if that other person say good morning or not, or if they're going to say good morning or not. It's about what you are doing. It's about what you are giving. So let's make sure that we give, because what we get back, I like to tell people, that positive energy come back in so many different ways. And one of the ways it comes back is on opportunity that you are seeking. Every day, I know that you are an opportunity seeker. You always seeking opportunity, and you need for those doors to open up for you. Well, guess what? By you every single day doing something that's positive, doing something for someone else, encouraging people, inspiring people, right? These are the ways that those opportunities and those doors open up for you, because you are giving something to the world, and the world got to give something back to you. That's just the way it goes. So if you're rocking with me this morning, you know the deal. All I ask is that you stay good morning down there, and I definitely will acknowledge you. We have Takia Lee. She says, good morning. She got the sun, and then she got the sun with the shades on, which I love that emoji. And then she says, stay cool in this very hot weather. Stay hydrated for sure. I got mine here. I'm actually like 3 water bottles in this morning so far. So definitely stay hydrated. Takia Lee, thank you for rocking with me. Definitely appreciate it. So what I got today is listen to your inner voice. Now, I just came up with this topic really last night. I had a totally different topic I wanted to talk about today, but last night, my son and I decided to go to the movies. So it was his pick. He wanted to go see Toy Story 4. So that's what we decided to do. Go see Toy Story 4, which wound up being a pretty good movie. I laughed all the way through the movie. It was pretty darn funny. So for those that got kids, or if you like Toy Story as an adult, go check it out. It's a good movie. I laughed. So in the movie, one of the things that Woody, if you're not familiar with Toy Story, but Woody, he was mentioned to he was mentioning to Buzz Lightyear that sometimes you have to listen to your inner voice. So, Buzz Lightyear was stunned off of that, because he didn't know what in the world Woody was talking about, inner voice. So he was very intrigued on what Woody was talking about. So Buzz found himself at times where he didn't know what to do, and he listened to his inner voice, and his inner voice was guiding him exactly where he needed to go, regardless if he knew where he was going or not. But at the end of that line, he basically reached his goal. So, when I sat back and I thought about that, I said, man, how much do all of us listen to our inner voice? And I really started thinking, I was thinking about it. I was up to about 1 in the morning, and it was really weighing heavy on my mind on how many times that my inner voice told me to do something, even if it was professionally something, my professional growth, or maybe just something in my personal, of just having fun or enjoyment. And one of the times I remember is I was out, I think I was in Jamaica or something, and we were on the cliff. Everybody jumps off. I'm not sure everybody, but everybody jumps off the cliff, into the water. So you up, I don't know, 20 feet or 10 feet or however high the cliff is. And, your inner voice always talk to you during some times like that, because, if you are a person that never done it before, or if you are a person that have a little bit of fear, then your inner voice may have told you to just jump or not to jump. All right. And with that, being said, that's your inner voice talking to you. And the point I really was trying to make is that, there are times when you get to places in your life and your inner voice happen to talk to you, and you got a choice at that time. You got a choice to either listen to it or not. And in the Jamaica case, I listened to my inner voice. Actually, no, I didn't. I'm sorry. I didn't listen to my inner voice, because my inner voice was in a manner of a nervousness. It was in a manner of saying, hey, I am scared to jump off this cliff. And one of the things that I did was I didn't at that time listen to my inner voice. I actually jumped. I did it once. I would probably never do it again. It was fun for that one time. I got pictures. I got it on camera, so nobody can say I never done it. So for all other times that I didn't do it, so I did it, and actually it was something that allowed me to break fear. So sometimes, you gotta understand what your inner voice is telling you, and you have to make that decision on which way to go, because in some cases, your inner voice can tell you things to chill, tell you things to relax, tell you things not to do, and you got to understand that sometimes you got to break that fear. And by breaking that fear is by not at that time or going the opposite direction of your inner voice. And then there's times when your inner voice definitely tell you exactly what you need to do, and I just was thinking about all the possible ways and all the possible things. And when my inner voice, is telling me to do something these days, I'm getting older. I'm pushing 40, I believe. So, and I have been listening to my inner voice like crazy. So, just some of the things that I will wake up in the morning, and my inner voice just would tell me to do something that I didn't have planned. And I listened to my inner voice. And next thing I know, by the end of the day, or by the midday, or by me finishing doing what my inner voice told me to do, it made all the sense in the world. So this is my message today. I want everybody to pay attention to what your inner voice is saying, and sometimes go with it, because your inner voice is like an intuition, and is pointing you, directing you, and telling you exactly what you need to be doing. And you just sometimes not question it, but just do it, and you will find yourself closer to your goal, or not, or sometimes it might not even be a goal, but you'll find yourself saying, wow, that was the right thing to do, today, and it was a great thing. I'm so happy that I listened to my inner voice, and it put me in position to feel great, or put me in position to succeed in some other category, or put me in position to make other people happy, and me, just giving back, once again, attracting that positive energy through the world. So we have to pay attention, is what I really want everybody to learn about your inner voice. You don't want to ignore it. That's one thing you don't want to do. You don't want to ignore your inner voice. You want to listen to your inner voice and make the decision. And it seems like for me, as I get older, I'm making the decision more on leaning to listen to my inner voice. And I think it's because of my continuous practice of growth, of mindset, of positivity. So the way that my inner voice is communicating with me, it's steering me in those directions of where I'm putting myself mentally, by doing all this leadership reading, by doing all this personal development, by always listening to some motivation, and by just every single day feeding myself. My inner voice now, I believe, understands the path that, I want to be on, the path that I'm on, and it's providing me with what I need to do and where I need to go. So I want everybody just to pay attention to your inner voice, listen to it, and make that decision, on saying, hey, my inner voice, I'm not sure where you're telling me to go with this, but I'm just going to jump out and I'm just going to go ahead and do it and see where I end up, and you'll find yourself in a place of happiness. You'll find yourself in the place of achieving your goals. You'll find yourself in a place of you never thought that you would be there, but you're so happy that you are, all because you listen to your inner voice. So your inner voice is definitely special. Make sure that you are paying attention to it. Make sure that you are listening to it. So you know my deal. If you rocking with me this morning, you know the deal. All I ask is that you stay good morning down there, and I definitely will acknowledge you. So let's start attracting that positive energy. Also, make sure you hit that shared key. It's very important that we get these positive good morning vibes all through your network, through the people you talk to and communicate every single day. So when you're talking to them, communicating with them, they are on the same vibe as you. The synergy is going and everyone's just getting that good morning positive vibe. Also the message, because this is a really good message today, man, that inner voice. We all have it. We all can hear it. I don't know no one that ever said that, man, I don't know anything about no inner voice. Everybody heard it, and everybody makes a decision off of it. You either make a decision to ignore it, or you make a decision to listen to it. And I'm just asking everybody to be aware of that inner voice. And with that being said, make sure that you just pay attention to the inner voice, and also, sometimes just listen to your inner voice. And like I said, because of all the studying that I'm doing on leadership, personal development, motivation, my inner voice is always pushing me in those lights, in those positions. So I'm listening to my inner voice more today than I ever did before. So with that being said, man, I love every last one of you. If I touch one person's life or 100,000 people plus, you know that I was successful. If you rocking with me this morning, you know my deal. All I ask is that you stay good morning down there to attract this positive energy, and I definitely will acknowledge you. If you are watching the replay, not a problem. Stay good morning, good afternoon, good evening. All right, if you are an individual that hears your inner voice and listen to your inner voice, state that down there. Let's start communicating with each other, teaching each other, building each other. And by doing so is by sitting here on this platform right here stating, hey, Lynn, I listen to my inner voice all the time. This is what my inner voice told me yesterday. This is what I did, and this was my outcome. So I ask that you state that down there, all right? Because we got to help each other out. Once again, that's a form of giving. That's a form of giving to the world. And as we give, you know what I like to say, we get an abundance back, all right? So if you're rocking with me this morning, you know the deal. All I ask is that you stay good morning down there, and I definitely will acknowledge you. Make sure you hit that shared key, all right? So today is Saturday. Friday is over. It's gone. I like to take Friday, throw it in a bag, crumble it up, and throw it away. Today is Saturday. Today is the day that you can sit here and say, I'm going to start paying attention to my inner voice. I'm going to start listening to my inner voice and making moves off of it. Today is the day that you can make a choice to say, I'm tired of the financial state that I'm in and I want to make a change. Today is the day that you can acknowledge where you are who you are today and a minute later state that you are not that person, and these are the things that you're going to do to make yourself better. Today is the day to make that decision. Not tomorrow, not at 12 o'clock for those that's on Eastern Standard Time. Now, right now, this minute is the time that you can sit here and make a decision. You hold all 52 cards in your deck, regardless to what you have been told, regardless to how you feel. You hold the power to make a decision to change your life, change your family life. So do it today, do it now. All right. So with that being said, man, I love every last one of you. It's Saturday. That doesn't mean that you take it off. That means that you keep it on. That means that you map out your day for what you want to do, not for what somebody else wants you to do. All right. But make sure that it's something productive. So let's not just be busy today. Let's be productive today. And if we're with our families, let's be with our families. All right. That's not a problem. That's what I'm doing today. Today is going to be a family day. So once I walk back to the house, they are ready. We're actually leaving. So they are ready to rock and roll, waiting on me. And we are out of this Jimmy Jones. So with that being said, man, I love every last one of you. I want everybody to have a super beautiful, fantastic, amazing day. All right. And remember, you have the power to make the change in your life. It takes 2 steps. The first step is acknowledging what you don't like about what's going on in your life. And the next step is making a decision to sit here and say, I'm not going to do that no more. I'm not going to be that person anymore. And then take the action to make sure that you are not. All right. With that being said, I love you. Enjoy your day. I got my boy Jack who just chimed in. He sit there and say, have a great day. Just add water. That's right. I got my water right here, man. Also, yeah, add water in another light. Yes, we're going somewhere where we can get wet. Yes, we are. So with that being said, man, I love you. Chime in. I definitely will acknowledge you. I want everyone to have a fantastic day. And I talk to everyone soon. You are super amazing. You got the ability to take that. You have the ability to make that choice. Peace.